Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 10, Episode 8, I believe it is. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so this episode was all about Safari and Erica's wedding, but they decided to throw in Kimbella and Chrissy and them because we forgot about them. They haven't been on the last couple of episodes, and I really just honestly haven't missed them, so I don't know what that means. But anyway, let's start with Kimbella and them. So Kimbella says that she's been holding it down since her love has been in jail. Everything was my love. Hey, my love. When he calls from the correctional facility, okay? Jewels calls to check in on his family, and he's telling her how he got the pictures that she sent, and how everybody's getting so big, okay? The kids, man, I was like, that's what happens when you're away at jail. Or I'm sorry, school. What's been going on, baby? She says, well, my love, you know, now that he's gone, they're missing a bag, okay? A well-needed bag. I don't really know what bag they missing, considering Jewels hadn't really put any music out, had he? Unless it had been mixtapes, but, I mean, okay. So anyway, she said they missing a bag since he's been gone, so now she's got to, you know, she got to take the bull by the horns, and she's got to take over. So her and his brother, twin, they done came up with something. They want to run it by Jewels to see what he thinks. So he left all this music when he went on the way to school. So she was thinking that maybe they would put the music out. I said, fuck it, why not? He couldn't do it when he was out. Y'all go on and give it a damn try. But she said she don't know if he's going to be with it because, you know, he's protective of his music like most artists would be. But Jewels was like, look, y'all do whatever you think you could do to get that shit out there. He ain't mad about it. So even though Kimbella has absolutely no experience in the music industry, have at it. Chrissy, we see Chrissy, she's in her new home with Jim, okay? She said that she loves being there with Jimmy, even though he's been in LA a lot, working. I guess he's part of he has a weed business, and it requires quite a bit of time away from New York, in Los Angeles in particular, you know, to take care of the business. And she misses him, okay? She came back from Miami. She's been gone for 3-4 years, and she actually misses her man. So he's home, okay? And even though he gets on her nerves because he smokes in the house, you know, with this weed thing, you guys, I can never really decide if Jimmy is fine or not. Like, sometimes I look at him, I'll be like, oh, he's a good looking guy, and then other times I look at him and it seems like he goes out of his way to look kind of like scraggly. I've seen some great pictures of him, like, wow, that's Jim. But then, you know, when you see him on the everyday, I mean, I guess he's just chilling, ain't really trying like that. But what say y'all? Because I cannot decide. Anyway, you know, she's a little concerned about Kimbella. You know, what does he think? And he says, yeah, it definitely got to be difficult, you know, her man being away at school. But, you know, he got to reach out. He got to reach out. He ain't really talked to Jewels in some time. You know, maybe he'll write him. Okay, he ain't really wrote nothing in a long time. He don't even write his music, but maybe he'll go on and pull out the paper and the pen for old Jewels. And don't nobody get it twisted. Everybody know that he have a soft spot in his heart for old Jewels. So even though he hasn't talked to him, the love is still there. Come on back home from school, and we're gonna get to this music. Now, Kimbella, she's gonna have drinks with Chrissy and Juju. I say, here we go with Juju again. No reason to be on the show, but I ain't mad, okay? They go to the bar first to talk about Kimbella's newest musical endeavors. Okay, that's right. She's decided with twin that they're gonna put out Jewels' music, and man, Jimmy got to bring some of that Dipset flavor to it, because we got Lil Wayne on the record and all of this, okay? So, yeah, what you think about that, Chrissy? Chrissy was just like, oh, yeah, he would be honored. Don't you think you should ask the person that would be doing the job? But Chrissy was on the spot. I'm sure she didn't want to say, no, he ain't doing that shit. But, because does Jim still, oh, well, I guess he does rap. He said we're going to get back to the music. So, I mean, I guess. Kimbella is very thankful. Like, wow, I'm so glad, you know, he's willing to do that, because You know, a lot of his so-called friends kind of abandoned him. As a matter of fact, he was just telling me the other day, like, he don't really understand what's going on. Like, he's just away at school for a little while, and all of a sudden, nobody wants to be there for him. Nobody talks to him. Nobody visits him. Nobody writes him. Nobody puts nothing on his books. Nobody does nothing for old Jewels. And Chrissy was like, you know what? And on that note, because we had a feeling she was going to say some shit like that, Jimmy wanted me to bring you this. It's an envelope. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's some money. Not saying that Jewels is broke, even though he probably is. But you know what? This is for him. Put some money on his books. Oh, Kimbella's so thankful. Thank you so much. That was so sweet of Jim to think about Jewels. I said, yes, that was very sweet. I said, Jimmy, I thought you said you was going to write a letter. I guess money was easier. Now let's get to this wedding. So, you know, it starts off real drama filled. I guess this was, you know, supposed to be our, like, oh my God, are they going to get married or not? Mona was like, a motherfucker getting married today, but we going to play along. So Safari, he's so upset. He shows up at Yandy's house. Yandy was like, what is wrong? You know, this is the day after his bachelor party. And he's so frustrated. He don't know if he going to get married today or tomorrow. And Yandy was like, just, you making me nervous. What happened? And he tells her how, you know, big, strong, you know, real strong strength. Erica's homegirls, they came over there and was trying to tell him that Rich couldn't be there. So he was like, okay, Rich left. But they still was over there with the disrespect. He was like, what the fuck? I already made him go. Okay, Erica was upset about it. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay, they disrespectful. None of my people would ever approach Erica like that. I said, I know they wouldn't, because Erica's crazy. Honey, she would put them in their place with the real quickness. So, you know, he felt disrespected. He ain't dealing with this bullshit for the rest of his life. You know, he not sure if he want to get married. He don't feel the same way he did when he proposed. Yandy was like, if you feel like you gonna always feel that way, then you really not ready for this. I was like, okay. He said he not dealing with this. I said, Safari, you always gonna be the one that kowtows to Erica, because she's gonna henpeck you to death. To death. Okay, so you might as well get ready for it. He's so mad though, he leaves while Yandy's still trying to talk to him. You go through stuff, you know, but you know, you come out on the other side, and you know, she telling them all of the stuff that we always tell people that's about to get married, but he don't want to hear it. He leave in the middle of her talking. Safari, he ain't got time. At the same time, we see Erica. She is also not real sure about tomorrow. She crashed over at Remy's house. Okay, so she don't even know that Safari didn't come home. She didn't go home either. All right, so she's talking to Remy, and she's all upset because she feel like Safari didn't protect her. You know, he didn't protect the family. He had Rich there, and Rich has disrespected her all that time as if she didn't do anything to Rich. But you know what? People just remember what they want to. So, okay. They both was with the shits when they was together, you guys. But, so she was, I mean, but I can understand. You don't want the man around, but see, that's why y'all shouldn't have had y'all bachelor shit together in the first place. You wouldn't even have known. Okay, but whatever. So Remy was like, you can't let outside influences get into your marriage like this, okay? I mean, you really gonna let Rich Dollars, old man Richie D, okay, the ho-ho, had a whole operation from the creep squad to say that you about to give up your marriage, the love of your life, supposedly, this man, you guys are, you know, the father of your baby. That's what you really trying to do? Okay, Erica says, yeah, you know what? She has a lot to think about. I said, I know you do. Okay, Mona said, I know a motherfucker is getting married today. Y'all can go on with this shit if you want to. So the day of the wedding, she goes to the castle, and she says that she's there at the castle, but she still doesn't know exactly what's going on. She hasn't talked to her fiance, and she's just a little, you know, apprehensive about the day. She knows that she showed up with the intentions of getting married, but we just gonna have to see. Okay, the place is getting put together, and it's beautiful. I will not lie. That wedding was very beautiful. I loved all of the colors and everything. Okay, she's getting her makeup done, and then when she gets a little break, she goes downstairs just to see how everything is coming along, and Tahiri shows up. Tahiri's not dressed. She's like, why aren't you in your wedding dress? Not wedding dress, in your dress for the wedding. Okay, I was like, is she in the wedding? No, she's just a guest. So why aren't you in your dress? And Tahiri's like, well, I didn't even know if it was gonna be a wedding today, the way y'all was cutting up at that bachelorette party the other day. And she says, Yeah, girl, it's gonna be a wedding today. And Tahiri says, well, good, girl, because I'm pulling for y'all. I really wanted this to work. And Erica says, girl, yes, exactly. It's definitely going to work. Don't you worry yourself about it. Now, do you have a plus one? And she says, nope, I'm here as a single woman. Okay, still got my eye on Joey. That's a here, you know, she's been playing both sides of that fence. But Erica assures that we getting married, so get yourself dressed and get yourself ready. Now, at the same time, we see Safari. He's on his way to the castle, we're presuming, and he's real troubled. He's on his motorcycle. I was just like, oh, God. He gets to the castle. He don't know, you know, whether he gonna get married or not. He got the rings. He's looking at them. He's pensive. You know, it's just too much to think about. I said, you better hurry up, because Mona said a motherfucker is getting married today. I'm sorry, Minnie. That's Minnie on my watch. But then he starts thinking about what Yandy said to him. And, you know, maybe he's overreacted, and maybe he's just being emotional, or maybe it's just way too much going on. Okay, so he's in the room with all the guys getting ready, and his sister comes in there. All right, y'all, get out. I need to talk to the groom. Okay, and she sits down with him, and she says, here, I wanted to give you this. Okay, and seems that Erica has sent her over there with a rosary, okay, diamonds encrusted, and a picture of his uncle that was killed. You guys remember when he was very emotional on the reunion, the uncle, like a father to him, that was killed. So he was very touched by that. You know, he starts crying. And he says, Erica told you to bring that? She was just like, yep. Okay, that's your girl. He was like, that's my girl. You know, I knew, you know, she wanted my uncle to be here as a part of this. You know, it's very, very touching. I mean, you know, we understand that. Okay, so nice. Now he's definitely with it. We getting married today. I said, I know you are, because Mona said a motherfucker is getting married today. So they get dressed. Safari looks fantastic. I loved his outfit. Tuxedo with the rhinestones, the jewels, very, very safari-esque. I loved Erica as much as I say the bitch is crazy. She looked beautiful. You couldn't even tell she was pregnant. Her wedding dress was just, you couldn't even really see it on the show. But if you guys go on Fashion Bomb Daily on Instagram, they got a couple of pictures of her wedding dress on the staircase. Oh my God. Oh my God. Beautiful. Just beautiful. So anyway, it was very touching. You know, she's gonna have her first look at her fiance, okay, her husband, in a few hours or a couple of minutes or whatever it was. They go meet each other out on the balcony. You know, Safari's back to his tour, but you know, she walks up to him and she taps him on the shoulder, and he turns around and she was like, hi honey. I was like, oh, that's so nice. And then he starts crying, you guys. Now, I just have to admit that I don't like when men cry. I mean, you know, a little tear is okay, but when a motherfucker be boo-hooing, it annoys me. I know. It's the pessimist in me. I'm just like, y'all be doing all this fucking crying and be together for 2 years, okay? Y'all do all of that and then don't even like each other after a while. So, you know, spare me all the emotions, but, you know, Safari is emotional. So it's just like, get it out your system, nigga. But, oh, he's so overcome. I mean, she did look beautiful, okay? So we'll give him that, all right? And he has a gift for her. He had a bracelet made. It's the signature of her father, made into a bracelet. He calls it a love bracelet. You know, she's so touched about that. And he tells her she never has to take it off. Okay, so we didn't exchange gifts and we back on track. You know, we don't even know why we was fighting, because when we look at each other in our eyes right now, you know, all you see is the extreme love. So you know what? I was like, good, let's get this show on the road. Now, the guests start arriving. We have to have a little bit of conflict or foolishness when, you know, we talk about love and hip hop, right? So, we see Tahiri. She's dressed in her royal blue dress, and she's outside talking to Joey, who walks up, okay? And she was like, gosh, we got to stop meeting like this, all right? And she's all flirty and stuff. And Joey was like, well, we've got to, you know, really got to stop this narrative, okay, that them two are trying to be together. And she always acts like that's not her intentions when she's around Joe. But you know, when she's around other people, it's all about, oh, everybody wants me and Joe to get back together. So, whatever. So while they're out there talking, who should walk up but Jonathan and Yandy. I thought it was kind of strange that Jonathan would be there too, because even though it didn't seem like Erica had a real problem with them, they didn't seem like they was friends like that either. So I was just like, Thierry was like, oh, so are you here as a wedding crasher? And he was like, excuse me, Yandy has a +1, you know, and she's married, but her husband can't be here, so I'm here as her husband. He is the +1, but I don't know. I don't know how your invitation would be overlooked. You are actually on a show with Erica. So if you didn't get an invitation, that meant that the bitch did not intend for you to come. All right? So you are crashing this wedding as far as I'm concerned. The conversation comes around to Jonathan telling Sin that Jonathan tried to put Joe and Thierry back together, and Joey was like, what? As if he didn't know. I guess he didn't know that conversation had taken place. And of course, Joe was like, what the fuck? I mean, are you the relationship police? Why are you all in people's business? Why don't you guys mind your fucking business? What's going on with me and my baby mama should not be a point of contention to you. Okay, and even though Jonathan did take a whole lot of that flame out of his voice, he still was like, I'm always going to insert myself in my friend's business if I feel like there's a potential for them to get hurt. Like Joe said, we don't really need you to do that. Okay, we all got this, we grown. Okay, so then Thierry and Jonathan start arguing about who's friends with who. Okay, she's been friends with Erica, even though he's just now friends with Sin. Okay, and he was like, that's not true. And Joe was like, see, none of that is my business. And that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm gonna mind my business and I'm gonna let y'all tend to y'all business. Yandy was like, okay, well, we about to be late to the wedding, so can we go in? And again, Thierry, she tries to act like Jonathan said, she does try to act like she was not a willing participant in the talk of her and Joe getting together, because I really don't think Thierry wants to be with him, but I think she likes the fun of everybody saying that her and Joe might get together, but I don't think she has any intentions of being with him, you know. But she was all like, mind your business. So that was a little bit of the mess. Oh, I'm sorry. And the funniest mess of the night was when everybody got up there in that wedding. They get to showing Carly and Sierra from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. These motherfuckers get locked out. They walking up trying to get inside, and the lady was like, well, you know, we had to count the seats and see if there's any chairs left, but evidently ain't no chairs for them to get in the wedding. I said, y'all done traveled all the way up to New York to watch from the damn sidelines. Okay, so they go over there and sit down. The cameraman followed them over there. I said, Mona, you ain't shit. You did not have to show that. That shit was funny as hell. But anyway, getting on with the wedding. Everybody walks out. Okay, Erica walks in. All right, Safari starts crying again. She goes up there. They exchange their vows to each other. They exchange their I do's. They give each other their rings. They're pronounced man and wife. They kiss each other, and they are now a couple. So we are celebrating now. And Erica can't believe that she's actually a wife. Okay, she goes and thanks Remy for the good advice that she gave her. Yandy goes and talks to Safari, and he thanks her for the good advice that she gave him. And now it's time to party. Erica does catch up with Carly and Sierra out in the lobby. And she was just like, you guys missed my wedding. And Sierra was like, wait a minute. I RSVP'd and they didn't even have a seat for me. That fucking Carly. You know, she was raised with birds, remember? Crackhead Carly Red. She don't know shit about nothing. She said that she didn't even RSVP. Who the fuck shows up at a wedding without RSVPing? Who raised you? Pigeons. That's what the fuck raised her. They gonna go in and make some room for him at the kiddie table. Woo, shit. Anyway, you guys, it's the reception. Everybody's happy for him. Yandy, Remy, Jonathan say they have a great time. It's a party. Looks like everybody enjoyed themselves. Erica now is Mrs. Safari Samuels. Congratulations to the happy couple. All right, you guys, that's it. Gotta go on to Miami. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.